Emma Wiklund is a Swedish fashion model and actress. She appeared on several covers of Elle magazine and in the 1992 George Michael music video for Too Funky. Her acting roles include playing police officer Petra in 4 of the Taxi films. Early life and education. Thierry Mugler was born in Strasbourg, France. At the age of 9, he began to study classical dance. By 14, he joined the ballet corps for the Rhin Opera. As a teenager, he also began formal interior design training at the Strasbourg School of Decorative Arts. Career. Mugler designed for the London boutiques Mr. Freedom and Mother Wouldn't Like It in the 1960s. In 1971, he began designing clothes for Karim, already showing the broad-shouldered, 1940s derived looks he would become famous for in later years. In 1972, his full-skirted raincoat became a hit. At the age of 24, Mugler moved to Paris. He began designing clothes for Goujoul, a Parisian boutique. At 26, he began to design for a variety of large ready-to-wear fashion houses in Paris, Milan, London, and Barcelona. In 1973, Mugler created his first personal collection called Café de Paris. The style of the collection was both sophisticated and urban. Melke Trianton, a powerful fashion editor, helped to launch his career. In 1976, she asked him to show his work in Tokyo for an event organized by Shiseido. The 1977 showing of his spring 1978 line displayed a punk influence. In 1978, he opened his first Paris boutique at the Place des Victoires in the 1er arrondissement and rapidly gained attention as among the most extreme of the fall 1978 broad-shoulder brigade of designers, with a penchant for mid-20th century sci-fi themes and exaggerated 1940s 50s style glamour marked by sharply constructed tailoring. He used exclusively mauve frisson footwear in his late 70s early 80s women's collections, the most influential shoe designer of the period. At the same time, Mugler launched a fashion collection for men. He would continue into the following decade with his 1940s style shoulders on 1950s tailored suits amid retrograde Wagnerian showmanship. During the 1980s and 1990s, Mugler became an internationally recognized designer, often grouped with his friends Claude Montana and Aitsidine Alea, but known especially for his shapely suits, and his collections garnered much commercial success. Except for a couple of sedate salon presentations in 1986 and 1987, his fashion shows were extravagant affairs held in arena-like environments, and the collections associated with them had themes: sci-fi themes in the late 70s, celestial themes later, a 60s theme one season, an Africa theme another, a vampire devil theme the next, and an aquatic theme the next, with ongoing creative motifs that would span multiple collections, like his late 80s inclusion of garments and accessories. Modeled after the tail fins and chrome trim of 1950s U.S. automobiles, most recognizably 1959 Cadillacs. At the request of the Chambre syndicale de la haute couture, he completed his first haute couture collection in 1992. He designed the dresses of Victor Laszlo for hosting Eurovision 1987. He created the black dress worn by Demi Moore in the 1993 movie Indecent Proposal. Mugler published his first photography book in 1988, Thierry Mugler, Photographer. This was followed by a monograph in 1999, titled Fashion Fetish Fantasy, which assembles photos of his creations. Mugler also directed short films, advertising films, and video clips. He regularly designed costumes for musical comedies, concerts, operas, and the theatre. He worked with Robert Altman and George Michael. He also directed the first advertising film for one of his fragrances, Alien. Clarins has held the rights to his name Thierry Mugler since 1997. Retirement from fashion. Clarins shuttered the ready-to-wear component of Mugler's brand in 2003, due to financial losses. It kept the perfume division open as it was profitable. Mugler left fashion in 2002. When asked about the subject, he said, "Fashion is beautiful, 3D art on a human being. But it wasn't enough, which is why I went on to create in other ways. For me, it wasn't the right tool anymore. But perfume still interests me." In 2002, Mugler collaborated with the Cirque du Soleil. He directed Extravaganza, one of the scenes of Zumanity, and also created all of the costumes and the identity of the characters in the show. In 2008, the Mugler brand launched Thierry Mugler Beauty, a high-end line of cosmetics. In 2009, Mugler worked as artistic advisor to singer Beyoncé. He created the costumes for her IAM World Tour. In September 2010, Nicola Formichetti was announced to be the creative director of the Thierry Mugler brand. He changed the brand name to Mugler, removing the first name, and in January 2011, he launched the revival of the brand's menswear collection in collaboration with Romain Cremer. In April 2010, New York Times story discussed Mugler's cosmetic transformation. Taken to calling himself Manfred and transformed his body into what is apparently a 240-pound spectacle of muscle and nipple and tattoo, with over 2 years of being the creative director of Mugler. Formichetti announced in April 2013 that he and the fashion house would be parting ways. Formichetti left Mugler to work for the Italian brand Diesel. In December 2013, House of Mugler announced David Coma as the artistic director. In 2016, Mugler created and directed the music video and staging for San Marino's Eurovision Song Contest entry I Didn't Know, performed by Turkish singer Serhat. Despite retiring from his brand in 2003, he made the exception to design under his name House of Mugler for the Met Gala in 2019 and for Kim Kardashian. Getting his inspiration from Sophia Loren in the film Boy on a Dolphin, Mugler envisioned a wet California girl, hence the creation of the wet couture dress. Fragrances. Mugler's first perfume appeared in 1992 and was called Angel. It contains a combination of praline and chocolate mixed with a strong accord of patchouli. It would be a part of a new fragrance type called Gourmand. The Angel bottle, in the shape of a faceted star, was created by the Bros Master glassmakers. Fans of the fragrance include Diana Ross, Barbara Walters, Eva Mendes, and Hillary Clinton. In 1996, Mugler followed up Angel with a male version named Angel Men or A*Men. This fragrance includes notes of caramel, coffee, vanilla, patchouli, and honey. In 2005, Alien was created, the second major Thierry Mugler fragrance. Also in 2005, Mugler launched the Thierry Mugler Perfume Workshops, which are open to the general public and led by specialists of the perfumery and oenology world. In 2006, Mugler completed a project for the launch of Tom Tyquer's film Perfume. In collaboration with the IFF company, Mugler created a box set of 15 compositions. During 2007, still following the metamorphosis theme, Mugler launched Mirror, a collection of 5 fragrances, created as perfume trickery to enhance one's presence. Angel and Alien together produce about $280 million in sales annually. In 2010, the fragrance Womanity was released by the House of Mugler. Mugler's newest fragrance, Angel Muse, was released in 2015, Angel Nova was released in June 2020.